Years like this really underscore the importance of farming in a way that can bring agriculture and the environment together.
It's one thing after another. I've never seen it like this. This is climate change at its best, I would say. So in here we have to get the weeds managed because some of this downy is being caused from the high weeds in the canopy. Downy here, yeah, downy mildew. So this is exactly what we're looking for, is that classic burn on the back and the oil mark on the leaf. Definitely need some spray today. It's getting serious with all the rain that we've experienced in June. It's one thing after another. I've never seen it like this, from drought to excessive water. This is climate change at its best, I would say. We got to get out and get the sprayers moving today.
So downy mildew is a fungus that starts on the leaves. What you don't want to see is that kind of transferring from the leaves to the fruit. We're building up the health of the system and immunity of the plants so that when they are faced with these weather challenges and disease pressure, they're more naturally equipped to deal with them.
I see a huge increase already in the structure of the soil.
Great moisture too in the soil. It has a really nice texture.
Look at the wormholes and the life in the upper horizon. Very healthy soil.
Our belief is building a healthier living soil through composting and not spraying things that degrade the soil.
When we purchased the field, it had been used for conventional agriculture. It was corn, hardly ever rotated, sprayed with atrazine and every other nasty type of herbicide. And now when we dig these pits, we see that the soil is improving. There's more life in any farming capacity. I think it starts with the soil. A lot of your ancestors came to work in the lumber industry and then they settled their farms. Unfortunately, they stayed farming apples, so they were one commodity. And after the war, Rachel, there was a downturn of the apple industry. They had to start to sell some of the land. So this would have been my grandmother, your great-great-grandmother. She could do anything that she put her mind to. I think that that's fundamentally the bedrock of why we managed to get here. They understood that the days of having a single commodity on the farm came to a grinding halt. I think as a young person watching her go through that and listening to her lamenting those realities taught us to diversify and look for other ways, to sustain the family farm and to build it back up.
A great example that we have here is our events program. So having these varied revenue streams, events, a website, selling off the farm, selling on the farm, it just opens up more opportunities that when we have something like a global pandemic or a bad year for the crop, we have other channels, so we have other ways to pivot and be able to remain sustainable from a business standpoint as well.
Wines are unique here at Lightfoot because we have a unique climate that no other place has, and we have soils that no other place has. So this creates a unique environment to create wines that only we can create here in Nova Scotia. When it comes to making great wine, it's all about the fruit. And I wanted the connectiveness to the fruit. So the best way for me to make the best wines is to be in complete control from grape to bottle. My name is Josh Horton, and I am the head winemaker at Lightfoot and Wolfville Vineyards. A commercial farm or a conventional farm would purchase man-made or chemical fertilizers. Within a biodynamic part of the principles are creating our own fertility on the farm, and that starts here at the compost pile. What's unique about a biodynamic compost pile is the preparations that we make and add to the pile to help regulate the compost activity. We're taking manures from all over the farm. We're adding our biodynamic preparations to increase the life in this compost pile. And then from there, it's spread on our vines as kind of like almost an inoculant to increase the soil activity and life in the soil.
The biodynamic preparations, it's a series of 8 different substances that we produce. So they contain animal manures as well as medicinal plants. So 6 of the preparations are applied directly to the compost. They help to make sure the compost degrades in the right way. This is something that we're doing with intention. It's really important to do this with a positive mindset. It connects us to the farm, and it's something that really roots us to what we're doing here. All of the livestock together, their main role, of course, is to provide us with manure, which we use in as our fertilizer. Some of the things that the sheep teach me are sort of connecting me a bit to nature. They definitely have, their kind of seasonal rhythms. There's definitely a sense of hope. If you see a new lamb, sort of, it's born and it starts to stand right away, and it knows to nurse, and to see the mothering instinct kick in, it really gives me a hope for nature. Yeah, I love them. You have to keep hope. It's really important, I think, in farming today and just existing on this planet. It is a scary time with the climate chaos that we're seeing every day. Years like this really underscore the importance of regenerative agriculture and farming in a way that hopefully can bring agriculture and the environment together.